Okay, here goes. Fingers crossed. Whoa, would you look at that? It turns only once per tilt command, just like we wanted to. We just fixed the bug from the last video. Welcome back to Learn as You Explore. This is the second part of this three-part series in which we're exploring wireless communication with the CyberPi and the MBot 2 robot. In the last video, we learned how to connect both CyberPis to Wi-Fi, send and receive messages, and make the robot turn in the direction commanded by the remote CyberPi. However, we ran into a bug where the MBot 2 kept reading the same tilt direction over and over again, even after the sender CyberPi stopped sending this message. This made the robot repeat the turn forever. In this video, we will deep dive into why this is happening, design a solution for this bug, and we'll implement it in our Python program. I'm excited to guide you through all this, and I hope you are too. You'll need a second CyberPi for all three projects in this mini-series. If you already have a second MBot 2, you're set. But if not, you can buy the CyberPi separately to save money. I've added links in the description to Amazon and MakeBlock. If you use them, it helps support the channel at no extra cost to you. I may earn a commission as an affiliate partner with both Amazon and MakeBlock. Now let's dive in. Let's do a quick recap of the code in our sender and receiver programs, starting with the sender program. Here, when the sender CyberPi is tilted to the left, we send a message of type tilt direction and with value left. Then we wait for half a second before we repeat the loop and check for tilt direction again. When the CyberPi is tilted to the right, we send a message of the same type, tilt direction, but with value right. Once again, we wait for a half second before we repeat the loop. Let's now review the receiver program next. On the receiver side, we first get the tilt direction from the tilt direction message. When the tilt direction message says left, we wait for 1 second and we command a left turn of 90 degrees. When the tilt direction says right, we wait for 1 second again and we command a 90-degree right turn. All of this looks great. So why are we seeing this problem of repeating the turns continuously? I have some neat diagrams drawn up that will help you understand this really well. Let's dive into the diagrams now. Let's look into what is actually happening when we send and receive messages between the two CyberPis. We have two tilt directions that we had defined in our sender code, the left tilt direction and the right tilt direction. Let's assume that we physically tilt the sender CyberPi 3 times during this test. The first time we tilt it left. After a few seconds, we tilt it left again. And sometime after that, we tilt right. When we tilt it left for the first time, the sender sends a tilt direction message with the value left. The receiver reads this message and executes a left turn. So far, so good. At the next time step, we don't perform any tilt and the sender does not send any messages. However, no one really changed the value of tilt direction, and so it remains at left. So the receiver reads this stale value and performs another left turn. This was not expected, so this is a bug. Let's continue. In the next time step, once again, there is no physical tilt on the sender CyberPi, so it does not send any messages. However, the receiver reads the stale value of left and performs another left turn. You can imagine that even if the sender CyberPi is never tilted again, the receiver CyberPi keeps reading these stale values and continues to perform turns based on these stale values. So this time step was a bug as well. In the next time step, a physical tilt is made on the sender CyberPi and it sends a tilt direction message with the value left. So the receiver reads this and performs a left turn. This is good and is expected, so we'll give that a pass. In the next time step, we get another stale value and a bad left turn. Then the sender CyberPi is tilted to the right and a tilt direction message is sent with the value right. The receiver CyberPi correctly reads this and makes the right turn. Finally, in the next time step, no tilt is performed on the sender CyberPi and no message is sent out, but the receiver reads the stale write value and performs a write turn, which is bad. So now we know that the problem is that once a message is sent, the receiver is reading the previous value that the sender had sent and is performing repeated turns. This is the root cause of our bug. The problem is that the receiver does not know whether the value that it reads from tilt direction is a newly received value or a stale one. So, how can we solve this? Let's take our previous situation, and this time, instead of having just two tilt direction values, left and right, let's add a third one called ignore. When a tilt is detected, the sender CyberPi will set the tilt direction to left or right based on the direction of the tilt, then wait for a bit, giving enough time for the receiver to read the value, and then set the tilt direction to ignore. When the receiver receives an ignore value for tilt detection, it will ignore it and not perform any turns. Let's walk through the flow with this fix and see if it works in our signal diagram. We now have three possible values for tilt direction: left, right, and ignore. At the first time step, we perform a left tilt on the sender CyberPi, so it sends a tilt direction message with left as the value. The receiver reads this and performs the left turn. Soon after that, the sender sets it to ignore. At the next time step, the receiver reads the ignore value and does not perform any turns. This is exactly how we want it. No tilt performed on the sender CyberPi, then no turn should be done by the robot. There's no tilt at the next time step as well, so the previous ignore value is used by the robot and does not perform any turn. And that's great. In the next time step, the sender CyberPi is tilted left again. This time, the sender sends a tilt direction message with the value left, and the receiver gets this and performs a left turn. Soon after that, the sender sets it to ignore. The receiver receives this ignore value and makes no turns. In the next time step, the sender CyberPi is tilted to the right. This time, the sender sets the value as right, and the receiver gets this and performs the right turn. Finally, the sender sets the value back to ignore, and in the next time step, the receiver gets this and makes no turns. This was perfect and should fix our bug. Let's take a look at the before and after. Previously, we had all these extra turns being performed due to the stale values being read by the receiver. After adding the ignore tilt direction value, we have none of these extra turns, and the robot turns when it is commanded to do so and stays put otherwise, exactly like we like it. Let's head to mblock and get to implementing this now. Open mblock. We will first focus on the changes that we need to make on the sender program. Open your saved sender program by going to File, Open, selecting your sender program, and clicking OK. Save this as a new program. Make sure you give a different name. I'm going to call it just 16B. Referring back to our signal chart, we know that once we detect a tilt, say we detect a left tilt, we want to set the tilt direction to left. And shortly after, we want to set it to ignore. We also want to do the same thing for the right tilt, where we set it to right and shortly after set it to ignore. So in our code, once we've set the tilt direction to left, we sleep for 0.5 seconds and then we want to set it to ignore. Let's do that by using the CyberPi Wi-Fi broadcast set API. The message type that we'll give is tilt direction, and the value that we want to give is ignore. We'll copy this and do the same thing on the right side as well. That's it for the sender program. Notice how simple this change was. When we test it out on the robot, you'll see the profound impact that this two-line change has on the behavior of the robot. Let's save this program, and we can now upload it to our sender CyberPi. Make sure that your separate CyberPi is connected to your computer using the USB cable. Check that you're in the upload mode and click on Connect. Make sure the COM port is correct and click Connect. Now select Upload Code and wait for your program to be fully uploaded to your sender CyberPi. Great! You have now programmed your separate CyberPi that will act as your remote control to send messages to the robot's CyberPi. Let's move on to the receiver CyberPi's program. Open your saved receiver program from our previous tutorial. Make sure to save it as a new program so you don't overwrite your previous program. I'm just going to replace the A with B here. Referring back to our signal diagram, if we really think about it, the receiver is not really doing anything different or special. The main change on the receiver side is that it is now going to receive a tilt direction message with the value ignore. When it receives this, the receiver should simply ignore this and do nothing. In our code, we see that we're only handling the case where tilt direction is set to left or right. So what happens if we get a value of ignore for tilt direction? This if condition will evaluate to false because tilt direction is ignore and not left. This else if condition will also evaluate to false because tilt direction is ignore and not right. And the loop will repeat again, checking for the next tilt direction message. So we are effectively already ignoring the ignore value. This is great and will work as is. However, it is good practice to explicitly state that we expect an ignore value to be sent from the sender, and we are on purpose ignoring this value, and that it is intentional that we are not taking any action when we receive the ignore value. We can do this by adding another else if branch and checking if the tilt direction equals ignore. And if it is equal to ignore, we add a continue statement to take us to the next iteration of the while loop, effectively not doing anything when we receive this ignore value. Great, we're also now done with the program for the receiver. Let's get this uploaded to the CyberPi after saving the program first. Note that this program should go to the CyberPi on your mbot 2 robot. Make sure that the robot is powered on and connected to your computer with the USB cable. Click on Connect, select the COM port for your robot CyberPi, and click Connect again. In the upload mode, select Upload Code, and we're done. The code has now been uploaded. Let's go and test it out on our robot right now. Start the program on the robot by pressing button B. The robot is now waiting for messages from the separate remote CyberPi. Start the program on the remote CyberPi. Tilt it to the left and we see the robot turn left exactly once this time. For each tilt on the remote CyberPi, we see the robot turn exactly once, just the way we want it to. This confirms that our bug that we found in the previous video has now been fixed. Searching for, finding, and fixing bugs is a crucial part of being a professional robotics software engineer, and I'm so happy that we were able to go through that process together today. In the next video, in addition to making the robot turn left and turn right, with left and right tilts, we will also make the robot drive forward and back based on forward and back tilts on the remote CyberPi. This will make it a fully functional tilt-based remote control robot. Here are some of my other videos that you may find helpful. Happy programming, and I'll see you in the next one.